I've been going through the mountain of parts that need to be stripped down and painted for this truck. It was so much work getting to this point. I probably went off the deep end a little bit. This one piece, the core support here, I mean, it still had paint on it and everything, but I decided to just bring everything down to metal and just kind of start from scratch and make it all kind of match. But this one piece, you know, this might have been a couple hours, maybe more, I don't even know, but, and obviously, I mean, there's just piece after piece over there. All right, well, it might be tough to fully appreciate how much time went into this pile of parts. Obviously, I've got the hood hinges here. I'm just gonna start going through it. Everything's gonna need to be scuffed and have a good final cleanup, and then I'll hang it on some tie wire and, you know, go through and paint it piece by piece. But I got the hood hinges here, got the plates for the rear brakes, front drive shaft, and getting that double cardan joint apart. It was super crusty and might have been the original U-joints from the truck, I'm not sure, but that definitely took a while. You know, there's just so many of these little pieces and front yoke for the front drive shaft, and I mean, just on and on and on, just absolute mountain of stuff. And every single one of these things just took so much time. Sway bar bushing brackets, U-joints, or sorry, U-bolts, and then the U-bolt brackets, and just all these weird little shapes, and on and on and on. You know, it just keeps going. There's just so much stuff here, and every single piece took time. This has been a lot of work, very slow, very messy, and I'm so glad that I'm pretty much done with it. So finally get to start having some fun. I can get ready to paint, do some painting, and then just start going through it piece by piece, tucking all the neat and tidy painted pieces off in another room, and they'll be good and safe for when it's time to put the truck back together. But for now, I'm just going to jump right into it. Well, pretty good progress made. I think I got 11 pieces done, cleaned up really good, 3 coats of primer, 3 coats of this easy liner, bed liner stuff. So 11 pieces done, but as you can tell, I mean, jeepers creepers, I've probably got, I don't even know, maybe like another 50 or 60 to go, so long way to go. Okay, well, I'm back at it. The other day I got 11 pieces done. I would have liked to do a lot more, but I actually ran out of tie wire of all things, so I could only hang so many parts. I made the mistake of pulling the pieces. They felt, you know, not tacky anymore, but it wasn't cured, obviously, the paint. But I made the mistake of pulling them off and setting them down on things, and there's a mark left in them, so I'm gonna have to go over and redo that again. This is an example of this one. I'm not sure if you could see. It didn't feel wet at all, but I set it down on some cardboard and it's got some marks here. This bed liner stuff is quite soft until it actually hardens, and then it's pretty robust. So this piece is going to need to be gone over a little bit, but that's okay. So right now, I'm just going to get ready to have a big painting day today and tomorrow. I got some more tie wire, and I figured I better just go over the 3 different sort of painting systems that I'm going to be using here. The one that you guys saw me use on the rear axle, as well as that part I just showed you, is this stuff, Dominion Sure Seal, Automotive Self-Etch Primer, and the Easy Liner Bed Liner stuff. I don't know if you need to use the same brand, but I figure it's probably a good idea. Now, those of you who've been following along will know that the frame just got powder coated with kind of a satin black finish. And my buddy out at Vicious Powder Coating, who did it, told me that if it ever gets scratched, I can use this stuff here to touch it up. So this is Krylon Rust Protector Textured Finish Black.
So because that matches the frame, I'm going to use that on some other chunks like the transmission cross member and any of the little brackets that actually live on the frame so that they match. And I've also gone with the Krylon rust protector. This is rust preventative primer. They've also got, I think, a rust converting primer, but because I've gone through and brought all this stuff down to bare metal and sanded it and, you know, very thoroughly cleaned it up, I felt like the preventative one was the best for me. And then finally, I've got these two things. This is some more Raptor liner. One of them is black, the other one is tintable, and I'll tell you why in a second. I'm gonna be building some new bumpers for this truck, probably out of 3/16 steel. I went with the tintable because I'm probably gonna do the bumpers kind of a dark charcoal gray, and I might do some little red accents, we'll see, maybe like some shackles hanging off there or something. And then it'll have a winch, of course, too. And then the black, I'm gonna probably need another box or two of that, but I'm gonna redo the entire body of the truck in Raptor liner again. I took a couple of shortcuts when I did it the first time, which I regretted. I didn't do the inside of the box. I didn't do the inside of the door jambs. So those will be getting done, as well as the bottom of the box. I couldn't have really done that anyways when I did it because it was on the truck. And then the bottom of the cab too. This truck is essentially rust free. I mean, underneath is all just perfect metal. So I want to keep it that way. I'll also be doing the fenders and then the hood, and the hood was done already, but I'm going to do the underside of the hood as well. And now that I have that dirty old insulation pad off of the firewall of the cab, the one that goes out towards the engine, I'm going to coat that as well in Raptor liner. So in terms of these two, I'm basically going to be doing the bed liner stuff on anything that's going to see horrible abuse underneath. So the axles, front and rear, the leaf springs, sway bars maybe, stuff like that that's most likely going to come into contact with stuff or have rocks flinging off the tires at it. This stuff will be on the frame, as I said, just to match. And then also inside the engine bay, you know, the inside of the fenders and, or I guess like on the engine side of the fenders, I should say, as well as, you know, the hood hinges and on and on and on. All the random stuff that is kind of tucked up out of the way, but I still want to get it painted, you know, core support and all that sort of thing. So anyways, those are the three systems I'm using. I've got a ton of stuff to do, so I'm just going to jump in and get at her.